Hello, all of you wonderful beings out there, and welcome to the stream. I am Razim, and this is Minecraft. And we have Conrad down there in the bottom left, who will be working on some more art today, some 3D models. He is available for commission at zgf.art, so go check him out. Otherwise, I'm using the TF Talkies because they're fun, so transform me to your heart's content, everyone. And of course, Dux is already sending me to Hunter.
Because of course he is. Because Midnight Sin must never be forgotten.
Oh, no.
Speaking of which, I did finally update Midnight sheet. He is now on the most current sheet.
Great, we're probably releasing the next version in a day or two.
Oh.
Or a week or two.
I'm pretty sure you were told to wait for the new version.
No, I wasn't. I didn't even know the new sheet was ready.
Rip. Poor mom.
It's pain with just one monitor.
Do you need help?
No. I have a system. It's just very counterintuitive.
Zim, I have a question.
What is
How many
your
dogs
question?
do you have in your Minecraft house?
Not enough. Next question?
That was it. I just saw 4 staring at you and was like, where did you find them all?
Well, you see, when I was looking or exploring around, I could not just take, one. I had to take the whole pack.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Eh?
Just out of curiosity, do you
What's
have
up?
your laptop specs around?
No.
For your you should send me your laptop model for no reason whatsoever.
So maybe someday. I'm tired right now. I don't want to dig.
I definitely don't have a list of monitors from like a month ago that I had been browsing through to help a friend, and I still have like a few 14 or 1080p 144 hertz monitors that are like $100.
Interesting.
You can get some amazing deals if you look for discontinued monitors. Because what happens is they'll often put out like the quote-unquote new version of the monitor, and they'll make some minor changes or adjustments, and they're like small improvements. But then you look at the new monitor and it's like $170, and then for the old one they're running out of stock and they want to get rid of it, so they drop it down to like $100. You're like, ooh.
I could get practically the same thing for $70 cheaper.
That's what I did with my monitor. Or if you buy a discontinued renewed monitor, oh my god, that's savings. I got a similar model of the monitor that I currently have for my 1440p monitor for a friend, but he got it for $100 cheaper. Instead of costing $200, it cost $100 for him.
The hunter is complete.
You need help, let me know.
Yeah, that really did not...
Will do.
That never takes long for ducks.
5 minutes minimum, right?
Mm-hmm.
The hunter sim. I respect it.
Hunter coming down from on high to grace us with his presence.
I am looking forward to Tal's crash out with that.
What?
Tal
Sorry.
has plans for Last Hope. I'll leave it at that.
Suffice to say, It will probably be the crash of the century.
Oh no.
And
Like,
the thing is, it's not going.
Yeah.
I think it'll be better than Veins.
concerning.
I mean, a certain someone allowed Hunter to die.
Is that certain
Or rather,
someone midnight?
Hunter had to sacrifice himself to make sure everyone else did not die. And I don't know.
Huh.
Why would you think it's midnight? What would midnight possibly do?
I don't know. I'm not caught up
After
on.
all, Midnight is
Let's hope.
played
It's
by
not-
Merle, and Merle is precious and would never do anything to cause problems for anybody, right?
Definitely did throw a boonga boonga rocket to a generator, causing it to explode.
Yeah, see? It's fine.
Honestly, I'm just ready to get back to Last Hope. It's been too long.
Yes, it has.
Shadow, sometimes it really depends on the monitor, the company, and the thing they're doing. Oftentimes, particularly when they're very like similar to a new version that got released, and the new version is just basically slightly better, you basically are getting a very similar one, for just a little cheaper because they just want to sell and they're trying to get rid of stock, so they like keep lower price. Sometimes they are more expensive though, especially for like models that just completely get discontinued, because then you get like people really want them for like replacement parts or the like, and you can't really find them, and then it sucks, and then they're like really expensive even though they stopped making them like 10 years ago, and you're like, I hate this, why is this monitor so expensive now? And you have like a monitor that cost $100 in its time and it's now like $500, and you're like, why? I could just buy a brand new OLED monitor for this price. It just depends.
You will never be getting that, Mala.
So
Yes?
imagine just putting like a little gravestone with a hat on top of the gravestone, and then every time Dux turns you into Hunter, you just redeem that last step.
Okay, never mind. I'll get it done.
Twisting the knife. Damn, Gabby.
Why are you agreeing so readily to all my suggestions today?
Dang, Gabby.
Well, it's more
Yeah,
that we are just kind of synchronizing with gremlin energy.
Hey, Kuroy.
Hello, Kuroy.
Hi, Kuroi.
Hello. Hello.
Welcome
Bear's
back.
coming too. No tabletop?
No, Mattio's not feeling well.
Okay.
I don't know if I don't know if pineapple applies for something that is not really directly you.
What if we do like a mid stage where we make like a really cute ghost form of Hunter?
Hey, Garu.
Garu.
Hey,
Garu. Garu.
yes?
Cute.
Oh, very cute.
I had to set him off.
When the puppy. Zin. Repo has a
Yes.
new update.
Oh?
Yeah, major update. Repo 0.2.0, the museum update, came out 2 days ago. The new levels, expressions, moon faces, and a ton of new items and weapons.
Hazelette.
Plus a region picker.
Interesting.
So we could also like do like US West and probably like try to find like a nice little mid spot to avoid lag for like Furry.
Oh, you won't find that and still be a US based server. But fair enough.
US West is better than US East.
Yeah, slightly.
Uh, ba, ba, ba. Also lobby passwords.
I'm too sick to be playing Reaper today, though.
That's
Aw.
fair.
It's just about to suggest that.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh yo yo yo
He's
yo.
cra-
I need to like Extraction points now feature a new warning graphic during the countdown highlighting what valuables are at risk of being destroyed.
Oh, good.
Ha ha ha. Finally.
Alright, I need more ender pearls.
Oh, that's great. Microphone now stays active slightly longer on death for more death stream action, then briefly mutes to allow spectators to also experience the cutoff. That's cool.
That is amazing.
There's a lot of changes and I don't want to read any of them.
Gosh, I want to play it now.
Yeah. Does crowd control support it?
Oh, right. That might not be updated yet.
I mean,
You guys can play it. I just will watch this.
Okay. If you want me to play it, I'll play it, Kurai.
Problem is,
Okay.
I just started this recording, so kind of gotta give it at least another hour and a half.
I mean, you could like pick in
Fair.
advance so people gather in the future for repo.
Do what?
You could also like ping in advance for it. Like do like, hey, we can do repo in like a couple hours. Do y'all want to play?
Well, I'll be gone in a couple hours.
You shouldn't be.
I will be
Well-
gone in a couple of hours too.
What if
Yeah,
we,
going
like,
with
grab you-
Kurai.
Oh, but I'm
What
not
if we
going to
grab
be
you
here.
two and like we wrap you in a blanket and we keep you here?
No, I have commitments with other people.
Now, will you be here in an hour and a half? So you can at least get a couple rounds.
They're usually up in an hour and a half, so no.
Ah.
That is when we will leave.
Fair enough.
That's fine.
Sorry.
We'll do it eventually.
Oh, and I got distracted and got left behind. Damn it. I was doing so well.
Oh,
No, Kurai.
hug. What are you playing?
Oh, wait. Zim's been
Deep
streaming
Rock
for a little
Survival.
bit.
Yeah, he has. He's just not streaming through Discord.
I was worried because you swore, but you're good.
No. That was in the swear jar territory still. I just wasn't going to mention it because, Kurai's sick.
That's fine. That's fine. Don't worry. I'll cover for Curly.
Oh,
I just didn't want him to feel bad.
Too late.
This is my birthday gift for Curly.
It's
Hey,
awareness.
Werny.
Well, hello there.
Truly, this is the dankest dungeon.
Jib Gab tipped $5. 3.
Thank you for the tip, Gib Gab. You like your, collar, Werny?
Yes.
I'm happy.
Cute.
Alright, time to go hunt Endermen.
Sorry.
Bless
so how
you.
far... Have you made it to the Nether yet?
Yes.
The end?
No.
Okay.
I don't
Yes,
care
no,
about you,
Kuroi has-
skeleton. I'm looking for an Enderman.
Kuroi has COVID.
Yeah.
Blasted COVID.
What was
So
funny
if you-
was when I told work I had COVID, they're like, "That's okay. We don't treat COVID as a serious illness anymore. You can go to work." I'm like, screw you.
Lamau.
Yeah.
We don't treat COVID as a serious illness. Yeah, well, I don't treat you like a serious person.
We kind of had the
Yeah, it's-
opposite here in the States. It was like, oh, you're not sick at all? Oh, well, you can't come in for the next 2 weeks.
Here in the States, it was still... A lot of
It really
bosses still tried to do exactly what Kuroi's boss did there, here in the U.S.
It really
Oh.
depended on the area, the city, state, etc. Some states were
And the
like,
corporate.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, I mean, probably more so the state, because like if the state just goes like, no, you can't do this, then that most businesses would be like, okay, fine.
Yeah, the company.
Well, okay, rather
we-
the government would force businesses to cooperate on that. Most of them would just be like, don't care.
Here we had like full-on investigators going around and making sure businesses were actually closed and making people quarantine, and they'd like do rat tests and stuff at the workforces.
Australia was so based.
Well, especially my state anyway, but we handled it really, really well. And then I don't know, they just decided that, okay, yeah, with this latest wave of COVID, it's basically the flu, so it's fine.
You still don't want someone to work with the
I
flu.
demand pure chaos!
Uh,
Kinda.
Ducks_all_around has turned Jibe Gab into a Eevee. They can only talk
That-
like that Pokemon for 2 minutes.
that is true, but when you're an casual employee, it's very much a case of you don't tend to get sick paid leave. So if you're only casually employed, if you decide to call in sick for COVID, well then, you know, you don't get paid. You don't get paid, you can't pay rent. You can't pay rent, you're living on the street. So, you know, some people will force themselves to work through with some degree of illness. So, as long as you wear the appropriate protection equipment, it doesn't matter. If you feel up for working, you can work. It's only appropriate.
I know one of my first jobs, I wound up. One of my first jobs, I wound up going in with very severe pneumonia. I had to be hospitalized at the end of it.
Yeah. If you're part-time or full-time and you're sick, by all means, stay home. Please stay home. You'll make others sick if you don't. But usually for casual employees, it's very much a, well, if you can work, we need bodies.
Very much the same thing. You'll still get people sick. But yeah, you guys need the money, so.
If I had my way, I wish that the government would force every company to give every employee sick time, regardless of how much they work. That's how it should
Well,
be.
The difference
just-
is
Not just sick time, paid sick time.
Yes.
It
yes.
is worth noting. So, for example, part-time and full-time, they do earn sick leave. Like, you can't just get, unlimited sick leave from the company. It's like you earn it as you work there, and so, you can a few days off sick leave here and there is fine because it's sick leave. The difference is, though, in casuals, instead of getting sick leave and stuff, we just get a flat 25% bonus increase on our hourly wage. So the idea is supposed to be, if we're smart, we can put aside and, get our own, our own sick days, and we have the money to pay for it.
Yeah.
It's the whole. I actually get paid a significant amount of money to do groceries.
Hey there. I saw the emote and thought it was Krisov's. Especially because Krisov's uses the same color as you.
It's slightly different.
And then I realized,
So-
wait, no, that's GibCap.
So if I was to put it in US, I think GibGab, I earn roughly $32 an hour US.
Yeah. I know Australia can be a little like that with some of the wages, because some of the people I talk to are like, "Oh, what do you do?" I work at the supermarket. I make like 28 an hour. Australia? No, like US. And I'm like,
You
bro.
work at a supermarket in the U.S. and you're making like $15 an hour in a good state.
Yeah, I mean, I worked for 5 years and ended
Like,
up getting
if I
up to
tell you
like
how much,
17 something.
So
Like, if
I
my-
was working a corporate job where I worked with defense contractors, had a security clearance, worked full time for many years of experience. I was getting paid $25 an hour.
mind you, if I went to full time or part time with where I work, my pay would go from about that down to probably about 22 US an hour.
That is just so
So it's like
backwards.
I get paid a lot because I don't have the job security. That's it. That's how they get around not giving me job security, is they have to pay me a shit ton.
The logic
Yeah.
is like, instead of giving you benefits, job security, or whatever other full-time things you would normally get, nah, just work part-time for less money and don't get any of that. You need
The
the
thing
money.
is, Kurai just works as hard as, like, 3 times as hard as some of the other employees there, so they give him hours and he gets the part-time. So it kind of works out.
So I don't know if I'd want to go full time, but part time would be nice. Because part time's kind of the middle ground. I do get paid leave, but I accrue it very slowly. And my hours will be a bit more all over the place. But I'll still get paid a bit more.
But also
It's
to
funny.
you-
It's like full time has all the perks, but it's like a lot of people don't want full time because, full time would pay shit.
That's just the problem. We need like full-time wages to go up because they're really stagnant, and you get this issue now.
Well, like we can live on a full time wage here because you get enough hours, and because of that, it kind of does some. You end up getting. So I probably make roughly the same amount of time. Same amount of money I get if I went to full time and put in full time hours now. The difference is I have to work an extra 10 hours a week.
Wait, what I'm saying is that shouldn't be the case. Like the full-time employee should be getting more money, and we should encourage
But
full-time employees.
Having
But
said
businesses
that,
can squeeze out protections.
I'll get access to things like paid sick leave, health benefits. Well, no, not health benefits, because that's not part of our workforce here. We will get paid annual leave as well that we can accrue quite quickly. Yeah. So that's nice. And what's really nice is a lot of places will let you do like in lieu. So, you can work and save up your holiday time, or you can cash in your holiday time. So if you want, you can just cash it out as money if you let it roll over. But you are required to take a certain amount of time off in a year. Otherwise, they will get angry at you.
Yeah, because they're required to have.
All I know is this. All of this is still related to the reason why I'm so desperate to get hired. And it's because my workplace is a union, and the union is really good, and I really want it.
Wait, are you just a temp right now?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were hired there.
Aw, man.
I have my interview on Wednesday. Because it's the typical they hire temps until the position opens up, but this place has a better track record of hiring temps than the last one, so I'm really hopeful. Doubly so because like they do already have an open position. They are interviewing for it. They are gonna hire someone. And I applied. My coworker who's been there longer didn't qualify because he didn't meet one of the requirements, and I do. And basically everyone else who could be competing for me for this position in the department isn't applying for the position for one reason or another. So it's just me against external people, and I've already been there a couple of months. So basically it's like a unless someone else comes along and they're like really, really good, or some other upset happens, you're pretty much gonna get the job because that's typically how it goes. My coworker should have gotten the job, but most likely he would have probably gotten it. But you know, and on paper, I am a very qualified candidate compared to the average person who's applying for it. So I'm hopeful. I would really like to get paid $5 an hour more.
Sounds really nice.
I also would really like paid time off and sick leave and paid holidays.
All the perks
Yeah,
besides the money.
I get everything. I can just be like, yes, please. Can I? I really want that.
Please,
I
sir.
want to know what it's like to have a normal job.
Normal job. Those don't
Look,
exist.
I'm already working a job anyway. I just get a job plus the benefits everyone else gets except me.
Everyone else. Well, the people where you're working, perhaps. Yeah.
Feel the backhand of justice!
And then I want to take that job and keep it forever. Not literally, but you know.
Keep it for the foreseeable future.
So to be fair, it is
real quick. What are you trying to say, Kuroy?
I was trying to say, I don't know, the daily grind of a full-time job, it's fun at first, then it just gets a bit, I don't know, the monotony sets in.
I'm already basically working the exact same job. I'd just be getting more stuff for it.
4-day work weeks, please.
Yes, please.
Yes, amen.
Yes.
Please.
I used to have one, I just lost my 4-day work week. Sad.
I used to work 5 days.
I did do
I
some
work
of them, and I'm
normal
like,
hours. Yeah, my job was Monday through Friday, normal business hours, but I worked corporate remote.
I did that when I worked at a call center.
Yeah, my job was kind of call center like, because I'd take calls from clients for their travel and shit, and I mostly did communicated with them through emails.
Yeah, a similar boat. But I mean, look, all I'm saying is I basically work the exact same thing. I'm just gonna basically get the benefits that I want plus a little bit extra. There's a couple extra responsibilities, but honestly, I don't mind because it is so frustrating when people call me for a thing that I could solve if I was given access, but I don't get given access because I've been there not long enough, so they don't trust me. So it's like, I could fix this. I just don't have access to it. So I have to be like, I'm sorry, I'll put in the thing and hopefully it'll be done tomorrow morning when the other people who can do it arrive, and hope they'll try tomorrow at around this time, then it should be done. And if not, I'll give you a call back, I'll verify, I'll make sure everything's good with you. Thank you. And I'm sitting there like, I'm gonna call them back tomorrow and they're not gonna answer. And I'm gonna spend a week calling them, emailing them, desperately trying to get them to tell me if the thing worked. And you know what happened when I did that? I made that call. I made that ticket on Monday. On Tuesday, I called them back. On Wednesday, I called them back. On Thursday, I called them back. I send them an email every single day, and I messaged them on Teams. You know what response I got on Thursday afternoon?
Crickets?
I got this. I kid you not. Hi, have you been able to sign in, or do you still require help? Yes.
Lamau.
Okay, there were 2 questions in there. Yes to what?
Just yes.
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 Just good morning. Yes. That's it. That was the email I received. So I just sent them another email, Teams, and a call on Friday. Didn't get an answer, so I closed the ticket. I wrote in a public note. User said yes. Implied, yes, they were able to sign in. Period. If require more help, please let us know. Period. And then I made that note public so they can see it in the ticket if they look at it. That's like...
That's your passive aggressive. I'm done with this thing.
That's my passive aggressive answer.
This is
My
no longer my
question
problem.
next time. Yeah, your problem now. I've coddled you. Like, okay, I don't understand the logic either. Cause like, you ask me for help, and I'm trying to help you. Why don't you answer the things? There's no way you can miss an email, a Teams message, and a call 4 times during the course of a week, every weekday, at different times. Because one day I sent it in the morning, one day in the afternoon, one day again in the afternoon, and then one day like closer to the evening before I leave, in case they're busy at certain times, and nothing. Just get no answer. And I'm like, why? What?
Yeah, that's what I would get for like
Call center
some
work.
of my clients. I would just like try to get information from them, and they would just like ghost me for like a whole last week before they sent me like a 1-word email.
I mean, it could be
My blood
worse.
pressure's
You could
nice.
have the kinds of people that are like, they ghost you for the entire week, and then suddenly message you at the end of the week like, why the fuck haven't you fixed this yet?
Oh, that's where I get lucky because I basically only help our own employees. I don't get to deal with customers. So if they message me with that, I will just send them a screenshot of every email that I've sent them, of everything that I've sent them, and then I'll tell my supervisor like, "Hey, this person's acting really hostile. Can you take care of this?" And I know she's gonna go yell at their boss. So I have zero problem. I have been waiting. Every time I make a ticket, I make a note, I write in the expectation that this will someday happen. And when it happens, I just want to be ready to be the smuggest motherfucker alive. I can't wait for someone to try that.
Anytime I send an email to somebody, I always copy myself to make sure that the email went through so that if I go to them in person and they try to say, I didn't get that email, I'm going to be like, huh, interesting. Because I copied myself in it and I got it. So
I do one
what?
better. We have an email in. I have an inbox for our for the help desk, and whenever we send emails, we CC that so everyone, not just me, everyone who has access to that inbox can see it. Doubly so if I'm being very careful. I will send it from the ticketing system, which will be recorded in the ticket. It's like in the ticket. You can click on the ticket and see the email. And it'll also be on the inbox. And if I'm being giga petty, I will also download that email and keep it on the computer. You mean you didn't receive it? It's right here on the ticket. You don't see it? You should see it in your email. You don't see it? Well, here's the email that I sent you. Like, I'm sending you the actual email as an attachment. If you didn't receive it, I mean, we can run a message trace and see where it went because it's all an organization email. So if you're using our email, we can know if you received the email and what you did with it. You ain't running away from this one, buddy. We don't know whether
Yeah.
you received it and you just didn't read it. And then people call me paranoid.
I mean, it is
not-
paranoia. That doesn't mean it's unwarranted paranoia, though.
Yeah.
Definitely not unwarranted from the shit I've dealt with at my job. I've dealt with some like amazing bullshittery from both clients and fellow employees. So like that's why I always like, you know, my emails archived, and I made sure I always CC the like, you know, the one box that, like, you know, for clients where the client emails come in, that always got CC'd, so they showed up in there, so everyone needed to see what was sent for me, that they're all in that box.
See, the one good thing that I get lucky with that one is that thankfully I haven't dealt with that much bullshittery yet. The worst thing that happens to us is just like, there are some people who are very intense. And I've been blessed that both of the people who have been very intense, I've been able to resolve their issues very quickly, very effectively both times. So they trust me and they actually like me. And I'm like, thank goodness. The last time, like, there's
Time
two of
for
them.
more hunting.
And last time we had the calls, the first one actually came down to the 5th floor And I saw her and I'm like, oh no, what is she here for? And she was actually like apologizing because she was sorry if she seemed a little crazy or intense. It was just an important issue and she wanted to resolve now, and that she was happy that I was able to keep up and do the thing. And I'm like, am I dreaming? What is this? It's like a kooky alternate universe. And then the second time, she started complimenting my English and Spanish. She was like, oh, you speak really pretty English and Spanish. I should speak to you in Spanish. And I'm like, what? Since when are the really weird, intense people nice to the help desk?
Wild.
So when is
Usually
anyone
when they
nice to
realize
the
that being
help
nice.
desk?
When I used to work at a call center, it was mostly because those who work at help desks that actually are able to deal with you when you're stressed out are worth keeping on your side.
I mean,
Especially if you actually want to do good work.
I mean, that's fair. And honestly, I can kind of relate because there's a couple of people that I already basically have on speed dial on Teams so that I can send them a message immediately when I don't know what's happening or I need help. They're usually they're good at answering. But yeah, I mean, it's the kind of thing that like sometimes it sets me with like our supervisor is pretty cool. She's fine. But sometimes I get a little annoyed with the very particular idea that like she gets concerned that other people or other teams think we don't know what they're doing because we go ask them questions. So she wants us to ask the question internally. And I'm like, mentally, I'm thinking like, yeah, that's fair. The problem is I already asked everyone and nobody knew. And I'm not asking you because you're not going to know either. You're going to go ask them. So like, you want me to ask you, so you ask them instead of me asking them. Just because you're worried that me asking them makes them think that like we don't communicate internally or we don't know what we're doing. And like that like focus on the appearance when I'm like, but I don't care. I just want the problem solved for a person. That's what I want to do right now. I just want to solve their problem. I want to solve it fast. That actually does annoy me about her. I'm like, I don't get it. I just want to solve people's problems. I don't care how I look. Sometimes. Other times I'm very aware of it.
Okay. Because of creepers, I am leaving my base area.
You're so fast.
Because I am trying to find Endermen.
Give gold to the pigmen in the nether. They'll give you ender pearls.
Sometimes.
Yeah, usually when I call like IT, it's always like, hello IT. My fucking call routing program decided to uninstall itself. Please help. Please help me. I had that happen once. Like my computer updated and like the computer just decided to remove the program. And I can't re-download it myself because I don't have the permissions. So I'm like, please help. I need to do my job.
Everyone calls us because they need help to do their job. It just really depends on what you need help with. Like, God bless her soul, but also like, the poor person calling me. I left at 6 p.m. or I was leaving at 6 p.m. and she called me at 5:59 on a Friday. Oh. And I literally sat there staring at the phone like,
do I do it?
Fine.
Yeah.
You
if it's
win
anything
my
like my old
morals.
place, you have to answer it.
Yeah, I've been in that situation where it's like 7:59 p.m. and I'm like about to turn my phone off to leave, and then like a client calls and it's like the worst one. It's like SNRS they call and I hate them so much. They're like my worst client. And I'm like, I see the caller ID and it's this one lady I hate. She always calls like late in the day. I'm like, oh no, and I'm like, do I just let it go? But I knew I would get in trouble if I didn't, so I had to answer
You'll
it.
get ran up for that.
Yeah, and then so I took the call and it was, hello, I need to book travel for 4 clients. I'm like, I wanna die. That shit took a whole hour to book. I was on the phone with this bitch for 30 minutes. Past night shift closing.
Was that correct?
I had back when I used to work for a ISP, The call, I remember it was a Saturday afternoon, which was the last day of my shift. Just before call drops in, someone's satellite internet went down. That's like a 6-hour phone call. And I'm just like, no.
Nightmare.
That's a yeah. I got lucky because like a lady I spoke to, she got me in like, okay, I know what the problem is. Give me control of your computer. It solves problem. Log in. Is it fixed? Cool. Thank you. Do you need help with anything else? No. Bye. She got me in that mode, so it's literally like a 5-minute adventure in and out. I know what the issue is. I don't want to explain. Just give me control. Okay, yeah. While I'm doing it, this happened. Cool. Then blah blah. Bye. And she was like, "Oh, okay. Thank you." And I was like, "You got lucky. It was A, a minor issue, and B, that I know how to solve this problem. Because ain't no way I'm actually troubleshooting it at 6 p.m. I'm gonna make a ticket and assign it to someone, and they can handle it on Monday." But nah, she got lucky. She got me in speed mode.
Yeah, to be honest, I we got about 30 minutes into the call, and the customer said, "Was this going to take long?" And I'm like, "Yeah." It's like, how long? And I'm like, well, about another 5.5 hours, because it wasn't the thing that we were hoping it was, which was just you needing to turn your router on and off. And he's like, oh, like, do you have it? Would you feel horrible if I asked if I could call you back and do this on Monday? He's like, no, I understand. Thankfully, he was reasonable, and I only had to stay an extra like hour because we just had to get the initial stuff tracking, so that when I called him up again on Monday, we could cut like 2 hours off the phone call.
Ugh. I could never.
I want Vulpix.
Pardon?
What was that?
The Pokemon community game. I wanted to catch the Vulpix and I forgot.
Oh.
I was too busy drinking soda like an alcoholic to lower my blood pressure.
What?
I just keep thinking about that one word response to the thing I've been trying to contact them all week for.
Oh, yes.
It continues to be existentially stressful. I hate it. I agree completely with one of my coworkers, which is like, if we call someone and they don't answer, we should just be allowed to like close the ticket immediately and just be like, all right, you don't want our help? We don't need to give it to you. Go and make another ticket. Send another email. Pad my numbers more.
To be honest, what I would find really nice is if they called you and they don't just immediately hang up on you when you pick up. Or like, you know, you miss their phone by calling them by half a second, so you try to call back and you have to sit and wait on hold for 20-30 minutes.
Some of the vendors I dealt with.
Is there
My
more to
favorite is,
that?
like-
No, I was just saying having to sit calling them back and having to sit on hold for 10 years. That was just when I had to call a vendor or something.
Yeah, it's like you just miss their call, or you have to call them back, and it's just like, yep, now you have to sit in their call centers forever because you were half a second late.
Yeah, at
Makes you want to just throw the phone at a wall.
If
Or
I had to
take it.
call a airline, hotel, or like car service, I wanted the screen. But at least I got to charge the client for having to call those, because I hate having to call them. I literally charged a motherfucker like $50 because I had to call an airline for him.
On one hand, I'm lucky I don't have to deal with those, but on the other, I have to deal with like, okay, literally one of my calls. It's ringing. I let it ring a couple times because I'm just finishing chatting up with someone on the side because they were coming over for a computer issue. So I say bye, and I basically like shove them out. And it's like, okay, grab phone. Hello? And then I just hear in the background, hey, the coffee. Make sure the coffee doesn't get burned. No, spill it, blah, blah, blah. Sugar, milk. Hello? Are you there?
I need my coffee.
Blah 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 coffee. Yeah, let's get donuts. I hear them stand up. Hello? Are you there? More chatter in the background.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Okay, I'll just stay on the line for a minute in case you come back. Just be aware. I'll hang up the call. Leave it there. But
I would have hung
later,
up like
fine.
a bit,
Hung
like
up.
5 minutes ago. At that point, as soon as
No,
I
we're
like,
not
there
calling.
was like,
No,
oh,
we're
I
not
used to hang
calling.
up. Yeah.
But yeah, 5 minutes later, I get a call back, and it's just like, okay, hi, sorry, we were getting coffee. Are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here. Can I help you? Yeah, could you wait for just a moment? I'll be right back. Again, I hear more chatter in the background. I give them about a minute. I close the call. And she calls back again, and I'm like, okay, do you need another minute? You can just call back anytime. I'm here for the next 7 hours. Okay, I'll call you back later. And then she hangs up, and I'm just like, what? Why? Why do you keep calling if you're just gonna keep on the line waiting?
Because you are there to serve them. So
they were
obviously
nice.
you need to, you know.
They were nice enough to just call back later. But I just didn't understand what was the point because we don't even usually have waiting times. We answer really quickly, I think.
Yeah, because you're an internal support.
Uh-huh.
Wild. I've had moments where I just got off like a 20-minute call, and I see that a call's been in the queue holding for like 5 minutes, and I'm just like, you know what? I could answer this right now and deal with it, but I don't feel like it. So I just let the call sit in queue for another 5 minutes before I answer.
Oof.
How
No,
did
see,
you
when
not
the
get
queue was
fired
low-
sooner?
For me, when the queue was low, I felt invigorated to keep answering the questions because, you know, that unachievable moment of silence was so near.
Yeah, I mean, if you dealt with the people I dealt with on a daily basis, you would want to just let that call marinate for a few more minutes while you sat in after call work too.
Yes. But you see, sometimes we did get days of silence, and it was glorious.
Oh, I love the days where I didn't have to do anything. $25 an hour to do fuck all. Love that shit.
The worst was... Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, I very strongly remember the first year I was working at the call center. They were open 24/7, and it was a Christmas Eve shift, and the only day that they were closed was Christmas and New Year's. So I just remember everyone being there on Christmas Eve, staring intently at the clock, and as soon as the call would drop in, someone would pick it up. So we just have silence as everyone was just like, come on.
God, I remember working when I worked an in-house call center. They asked me to work I think it was July 4th. But either way, it was a holiday. And I sat there for 3 hours. Not allowed to do anything. I couldn't, you know, I wasn't because security, so I couldn't use my phone. I couldn't read a book or anything else. That was the most horrific experience I've had at a job.
I just played
feel-
fucking
Hi, Cosmo.
like video games half the day at work.
Yeah, I feel blessed at my job when I hear that because I'm like on Friday. At some point, I looked at the clock on the call timer, and it had been 2.5 hours since we received the call. The email was so slow, we could afford to like wait 5 minutes and then grab a thing, and for the next 30 minutes, nothing would come in. Like little bursts activity here and there, and the usual. Of course,
Yeah.
like when I literally went, oh, I'm gonna go grab breakfast. Of course, I got like 2 calls, and those were like the only 2 calls I got in the day. Because the only other call I got after that, like 2.5 hours of doing nothing, like okay, I waited an hour. At some point, like I waited an hour. I saw my call had been empty for like an hour. I hadn't gotten a single call in an hour, and then I took lunch, which is another hour, and then I came back from lunch, and then 2.5 hours later, I got a spam call, which I just closed immediately. And then I only got a call literally 1 minute before I left.
I think my only problem with really quiet days was when you'd get a call and you'd finish the call and you'd do the work and you'd kind of just space for a moment and leave yourself in after call work. And like, because, you know, half of the people around you are it's like so quiet that they're just chatting to each other. You're just like, you don't think of anything of the fact that you haven't gotten a call. And
Oh,
it's like
I've
an
done
hour
that.
later.
I
"Holy
accidentally,
shit."
you know, working from home, like I was like, you know, it's been really slow. I worked a call. I put myself in after call work because it was like a complicated thing I needed to process in Saber. So I, you know, me doing my funny GDS, having to fucking write code basically to get the damn airline to book the damn ticket. So it took like a little bit of time. I finish it, you know, send it off to my queue for it to get ticketed and everything. And I'm like, okay, I'm done with this. I go check my emails, make sure there's no new emails that came in for me to work. And I forgot to go back available. And I until like I started playing a game on my computer for a while. And I was like, oh, I haven't got a call in a while. Oh well. Playing like Helldivers or something. And then I hear a ba-ding on Teams. And it's like, why are you in after call work for over an hour? I'm like, oh fuck.
Whoops.
Oopsie daisy.
Oh, weird.
I definitely, if there is any one particular job that should always, in my opinion, be work from home, it would be customer service, you know, phone support.
Yeah, my job was work from home for just there was no reason for us to ever go into the office except for like when I had to go on business trips for stuff for clients.
Hey there, Millilet. I don't have a command for that, but I am using all the mods 10. You can find it on the Curse Forge.
And I've been doing this for 4 years now. No, I mean 4 years until like a week ago. When I quit, but
To be fair, on the call center aspect, I think it just depends on both the specific work you do and also entirely on work culture and office culture, because unironically there is a solid argument to be made about like having people there present really helps to dilute the monotony of being in the office, because I like in our case I'm not usually bothered because being in the office gives me a time and place to focus on the work without getting distracted all the time, and in particular I can just go ask a coworker about something or have them go explain something to me. And that's
Yeah.
honestly really helpful and I really enjoy that. And if I worked from home, I would probably suffer a lot more right there. But
Yeah,
also there
like-
are days where I'm just like, I really wish I was just able to work from home here.
yeah, that's
There's
why
also-
I want like the jobs I've been applying to have been like hybrid. Because like I'm pretty social. I get bored if I'm in my house all day. Like I was just getting depressed in my apartment all day. And yeah, like when I would go on business trips and I would work with my coworkers, like I would learn like so much shit about my job that I had no idea. That like I would just learn like a fuckload just being around my other coworkers that I didn't get like working from home. So that's why I like hybrid. So like I'm in office some days, I get to like interact with the rest of my team and stuff, and other days I get to be home and just like vibe at home.
At the least, days that are going to be not very busy, let us stay home.
Yeah.
People can absolutely pay attention for calls while not sitting there bored out of their minds. Because that is the one thing that will kill any job for me, is having to sit there bored. I don't like boredom.
Same. I just played video games or I drew like at work.
Mood Zim.
And even when I worked in office, I would play Dwarf Fortress on my computer at like in office at work. Because my boomer boss didn't know the difference between that and work. Because Dwarf Fortress looks like a fucking console, and my job is working with a console. So it doesn't look too much different than how my GDS looks. So they couldn't tell a difference.
What was that correct?
I was gonna say, I mean, I'm never bored at work. That is one thing.
Oh no.
Yeah, when you work retail, you don't get any of that. And
There's
they won't even
always
let you in.
something to
I will
do.
retail ever
You got
again.
time to lean, you got time to clean.
Some
Yeah,
I love
jobs
I,
need
that.
to
I
be-
hate retail. I will never work retail ever again. I fucking hate retail so much.
Some jobs
I
need to be
fight
more
with
interesting,
everyone.
and other jobs need to be less interesting.
I'm too antagonistic for retail. I fight with everybody.
Vibes in almost 19 years in retail.
Yeah, this is why I've gotten fired. Every retail job I've had, I've gotten fired from. Like, I'm talking about, this is over 10 separate jobs. I've been fired from at least 10 separate jobs. Actually, know what the other ones, I have been fired from 14 jobs, and I'm 25.
Oof.
So Wernie's too punchy. Got it.
That's fair. Some
I think it's
people just aren't built for retail.
I don't know. I think it's just because like I grew up in New York City and New Jersey. So I guess like the vibe I give off only really works like in the city, but now I'm working out here in the boonies, like in like
Yeah.
more suburban part of New Jersey, it don't work. People can't handle my vibe. I'm too
They're like,
aggressive.
go back to the city.
Yeah. Cause I don't have time for people bullshit. Like, don't bullshit me. I fucking see through that shit, and I will talk over you, because you spitting some bullshit. Like, even like my last job, like I had people like bitching on me on the phone. I'm gonna talk over you, and I'm gonna tell you why you fucking wrong, and how the right day to do it, whatever you need.
I love how he is slowly descending more and more into that New Jersey accent as he's saying all this.
You know he's worked up, and you know things are getting real when the accent comes out.
Yeah, it's like when I get like excited or like whatever, the accent comes out, and then
and
when I say like certain words always have the accent. Like it's crazy. I don't know what it is. Don't make me say Newark.
As you do it.
So there's New York and then there's Newark. They're different cities.
Yeah, but like New York right now just has a big fat W, so.
Oh yeah, we love Inshallah Mandani. we love Mandani.
New Jersey Al. To be fair, okay, to be fair. What even is New Jersey? What does New Jersey have?
The best pizza in the country.
Isn't that New York?
No, it's New Jersey. We have better pizza than New York now, because all the New Yorkers, the Italians, were like, New York too fucking expensive, and moved to New Jersey. So now they're all New Jersey, so we have the best pizza now.
I don't know. I've heard that Chicago's got the best.
Fuck Chicago.
After having had authentic Chicago pizza from Chicago, I can agree with that sentiment. I don't really like Chicago style pizza.
I just love how Zim and I were both so on the nose of baiting.
Dang, you could bait any fucking New Jerseyan with that shit. Anyone from New Jersey and New York, you say that shit, you're gonna get this WWE SmackDown.
Zim, why don't you have New Yorkers in your chat?
What?
You need to get someone from New York to watch your streams and chat so we can like say something about New York and New Jersey and watch the New York and the New Jersey.
Don Bryan is New Jerseyan. He lives closer to New York than I do.
Hey, Gib Gab. You're right next to one.
Are you from New York?
The other side.
Wow.
No, he's
New York.
from Bernie.
I'm talking about Guru.
Yeah.
Oh.
New York State, not the city, but yeah.
Oh, then that doesn't count. That's not real New York.
That's not real New York. Even I will say that. Like New York State, like outside of New York City, like if you're not one of the boroughs, you're not a true New Yorker.
It's New York City, and Albany, and then after that, it just doesn't exist.
Well, there's Buffalo. Buffalo's pretty chill. I like Buffalo.
I will.
Oh yeah,
Buffalo's more relevant than Albany is.
I will be regionalist. It's like if you're from my home state, cool. You are from the home state, and then there are people who are like from a neighboring state and be like, oh yeah, no, I identify more with this state. I feel like I'm one of them, and I'm like, go back to your little shithole. you can say you're one of us, but like,
Nuh-uh.
I don't hear you talk the talk. I don't hear you even have the accent.
I mean, that's oddly elitist.
Speaking of accents,
Yes, it is.
I'm elitist about like the NYC metro area.
I am mostly memeing. Mostly.
Speaking of accents, I don't hear my Canadian accent if I even have one.
You have one.
What's a Canadian?
100%.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah,
I don't hear it.
I'm like accent fluent enough with Canadians that I can tell immediately because I've dated a Canadian. A lot of my friends are fucking Canadian, so I can tell like basically the accent for different parts of Canada.
Asher, can you apologize?
For
No, just say sorry.
oh, sorry.
Damn. Started hiding it.
It doesn't really have the sorry.
Yeah.
Well, also I'm like saying it like it prompted, right?
Bro
How
must
do you
live
say
in
it?
Ontario.
Pardon?
Do you live in Ontario?
Yes.
Yeah, that's why.
You got like the gaydar, but for Canadians.
And then there's Kuroy, who apologizes all the time, too. I swear he's from Canada as well.
We've got like an
Canada,
inverse Canadian.
Australia.
We've got an inverse
wanna
Canadian
move
and an inverse
to-
Australian.
I want to move to the GTA like really bad. I want to like escape America and just move to like out like Etobicoke or something outside of Toronto.
Why would you want to move to like Los Angeles, to Los Santos?
Why do you want to move to Los Angeles?
Oh,
Well, I mean, they're the same thing. Los Santos, Los Angeles. He said he wants to move to GTA.
Oh,
Who-
no,
who
the
wants to live in
general
GTA?
Toronto area.
He's
Lol.
so insulted at
Well,
that.
it's the greater Toronto area.
Also, I said Toronto wrong. Ugh.
it's the Canadian
Toronto.
in him, and he can't even say his own thing right.
Yeah.
I think that's like the angriest I've ever heard you say anything.
Always room for one more key.
I got a BRB. I gotta go water the plants outside before it gets too dark.
The key is very much always welcome.
Okay, but Asher, like, why would anyone go to the Greater Toronto area? Isn't Toronto like a stinky city?
It's bait, right?
It's
Is
Gip
it? I
Gap.
don't know.
Yeah, it's bait.
The question is, are you gonna let me just remain having slandered Toronto?
You mean the most culturally diverse city in the world?
In the world,
Statistically?
I think New York's more culturally diverse, isn't it?
No, statistically. Toronto's the most culturally diverse city in the world because Canada is full of immigrants.
He identified it as bait and still fell for it.
Yep.
That's how you know it's good bait.
Hey, Asher's got that national pride.
Look, honestly, being Canadian right now is pretty cool. Kind of. If you ignore the housing market.
To be fair, the housing market kind of sucks everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you can pretty
that
much
is-
say that about anywhere right now.
Yeah, that
be
is
fair,
not
yes.
a Canada-specific
No,
problem.
to be fair, yes, but as far as I know, numbers-wise, Canada technically has it the worst out of pretty much almost anywhere.
Looks at the houses around where I live, which is with my family, which are like going for millions of dollars, Canadian dollars. So take that down like 7 to 1/70th, but
Mind you, it's not to say that other areas don't have housing crisis or that it's not
1/70th.
bad. It's just that like Canada has it really bad. Especially because it's like, hey Canada, what advantages do you have? Oh, we have cheap lumber, lots of land, lots of potential jobs people want to work in different areas in the country. Also, the cities are like real cities, they're not American cities. Sometimes.
We have
Depends on the city.
Walmart. We have good Walmart.
And then it's like, okay, so like Canada, you surely must have an easy time building houses. No. $2 million for a basic starter home. No, that's $2 million US. Let's convert it to Canadian dollars.
That's closer to 3 million.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's wild here.
It's especially with like Australia and Canada is the part where I at least get it, where it's like, oh my god, how do you have such bad housing prices?
It's pretty horrible here too.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's
You know,
just
you're
like
looking at like little 2-bedroom houses selling for a couple of $1 million, and then like half cut up acres. It's like crap.
big country, small population skill issue, I guess.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Well,
But again, the U.S. does not have it any better.
no.
Yeah.
I wish
I
it
will
did,
say
but it really doesn't.
I mean,
I
it's
will
the
say
same
so.
level. It's same level of just inaccessible, right?
It's just who gets houses? Well, you have to be lucky and basically inherit one.
Yep.
What I will say, Sam, is from what I've like researched on it, the U.S. technically has it less bad. It's just that like whether your house costs $3 million or $5 million doesn't really matter when you're making minimum wage anyway.
Yeah.
So like in that aspect, it doesn't really matter. But numbers wise, they kind of do have it a little bit worse.
Which is
And by a little bit,
wild,
significantly.
considering it should be so easy to build a house here.
It really should.
Also, we have
Does Canada just have outrageous zoning laws or something? Where land just
there's
can't be
often-
used for housing?
Assuming they have similar issues to Australia, where a lot of the country is like you could live there, but the cost to build and survive there is just not practical.
There are also like a lot of issues surrounding not just like zoning in particular, but like building regulation, construction, and whatnot that have kind of been deliberately made really obtuse and hard to build, specifically for the purpose of keeping home prices up. And then like they never alleviate the issue, and then they argue for deregulation, but deregulation is more just to like be able to build the houses with cheaper materials or build them worse, but not really lower the price or speed up the construction. So it's like all the bad solutions are being implemented and none of the good ones. So you're just getting worse homes that are more expensive for no reason whatsoever.
and
And-
everything up a certain part north is like not really recommended to live there.
And then on top of that, it's like, hey, so we could take advantage of some of the situation, because I know they were speaking in Canada earlier about like the potential for a huge brain drain from the U.S. to really benefit Canada, and that would help like revitalize large portions of the Canadian economy in different areas of the country, especially given that like there are potential for like it's not just a case of like, oh, there's no jobs. Like Canada has the potential to really like build up a large parts of the economy, and then they went like, okay, that sounds really nice and all, but like we don't have homes for these people, so we can't take them in. But like we could build the homes, but like we don't have anyone who wants to buy the homes, so we can't build them, so we can't accept people who would want the homes. And you're just sitting there like, why are you like this?
Yeah, it's not great. Also, there's a bunch of issues with people wanting to develop land that they're not supposed to develop because it's some of the best farmland in the world.
But what if we could place a skyscraper on it?
But it's some of the best farmland in the world.
Picture it as your high rises everywhere.
Don't you want to wake up 20 stories above a giant field of concrete? You'll feel just like you're in Ohio.
I can't I can't guarantee a spot, but I would definitely love to have you.
Yes, repo, repo.
Sadly, I get a lot of people that want to play it. It's a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. It's just the fact that I get so many people that we don't have enough space for all of them.
Did you see the Ido art that was posted
What Ido art? Ido
earlier
posted art?
today
So cute.
in
in Archer.
Oh, that one.
Spooky.
Yes. Yes, I did.
Yes. The fluffy.
Pete, did you watch Wild Traditions last night?
No, I did not.
Oh, darn.
I did a
Mostly
bad job
because-
again last night.
You
What?
didn't!
What?
When did I say that?
You said it last night.
I
Keep
didn't
that-
say you did a bad job. I said,
Gabby.
how dare you make me feel things and make me feel conflicted and be torn with all the different directions you're tugging my heartstrings.
What did you
Didn't
do?
say it was bad.
How dare you, Gabby?
I told Zim how dare he was the ending. He can't
The
keep getting
ending
away
was
with this.
Yes, he can. How dare you
Yeah.
imply that he can't?
You can't keep getting away with this. There's nothing you could do about it, Gabby. He has all the power here.
Oh,
I've been trying
I'm
to
not
light
gonna-
up the hills a bit, Garu.
I'm not gonna
Oh,
spoil
okay.
anything. All I can say is, how dare.
Oh,
Did
that
my best
cliffhanger.
to do a good job.
You are doing a good job if it's eliciting such a reaction out of someone.
I think you must have done excellently for Gabby to be so upset.
But I changed things up and he's still mad at me.
I'm not mad. I'm just emotional.
Oh, look at this little angry bird picks at Gabby and
Not angry.
squirms.
How puffed up is the Gabby?
I will peck your eyes out and then shit on your car.
He's so puffed up.
I think that answers your question.
All ruffled.
some floofy plumage there.
Fools. You're gonna ruffle?
Oh, look at the Gabby. They're like a ball of feathers.
I'll show you a ball. Because you're only gonna have one left after I'm done with it.
Goodness.
Oh, you're so grumpy. It's cute.
just imagine, you know what you do with the bird where you wrap something around it, have a small bird rito
The worst
to
part
keep
is
the
you can't
wings
see it.
pinned.
You can't see it, but I actually have my arms crossed and everything.
A bad Sim did a bad job.
Zim, the day you do a bad job, I'll let you know. How about that?
You have multiple times!
I didn't say you did. Did I say you did a bad job?
You just
Yes!
did.
No, I didn't. I said you made me emotional. That's good. That's like if I made a movie and I made people cry because like it was a really sad movie and I'm like, you're like, oh, I did a bad job. I made people cry. It's like, no, that's not the movie. That's the whole point. Oh no, people cried when the main character died in Titanic. Is that a bad thing?
That was the point. That was the intention, and it succeeded.
Spoilers, by the way. Gah.
The
How old
Titanic
is that
sinks in
movie?
Titanic. Oh, boo-hoo, spoilers. You know what else? Also, people died when the Titanic sank. Also, the Titanic sank in the ocean. Did you know that? What?
He's so tilted.
I'm not tilted. I-
Gabby, are you sure you're not a pinball machine?
Yes, why?
The tilt sensor's going off.
Like
I don't
you're.
get it.
Right, that was the thing. Sorry,
Yeah.
Oh,
You
I
tilt-
forgot. You're like a zoomer. You've never played on pinball machines.
I have played on pinball machines. It's
if I'm a
You've never
zoomer,
tilted
it's
on a
only-
pinball table?
I'm only just a zoomer.
what do you mean? What? Like, tilted the table?
Yeah, literally tilt because it's a ball on a like actual slanted table, right? So if you tilt it, you can change where the ball goes. So they had sensors that would lock the paddles if you tilted it,
It just feels like
Yep.
cheating.
so you couldn't cheat.
Well, yes,
Right.
tilting was cheating.
Sounds cringe. Can't
And
believe you.
so
tilted.
basically, well, I mean, yeah, that's the kind of insult we used.
Is that where tilted comes from?
Yes.
I don't really.
Yes.
It, you know, or you can take it as, well, you're tilted further than 90 degrees at this point, considering just how upsetty spaghetti you are.
Right,
I'm
you're
not
like.
I'm not upset. I'm just emotional.
Gosh, at this point, Gib might be upsetty fettuccine.
Boston.
Upsetty Alfredo.
Fettuccine.
No, Alfredo is the sauce. Fettuccine is the pasta.
Really? Honestly, it's funny because I really like Alfredo.
Oh,
One
I
second,
love
the
Alfredo.
dog keeps squeaking the ball.
Listen. With the meltdown that Gabby just had, are you telling me they haven't turned into a sauce?
Yeah, we didn't hear that because the ball. Because the dog is squeaking a ball.
I just wanted to check what she was doing, and she's just like asking to play, but like mom and sister are busy talking over there. Okay, I am not melting down. I am not upset. If you want to see me having a meltdown, that's me talking about Elden Ring and complaining about it. That's me like crashing out. Okay, this is just me being emotional and loud and obnoxious.
Also, being upset at Zim for misconstruing your emotionalness as not as disliking what he did.
If Zim just wants me to tell him that he did a good job, he can just ask for it, and I'll gladly rave about it for like ages. I don't try to hide it. I try to be with my reactions because I have fun and I think it's fun to share the fun. But then Zim goes and says that he did a bad job and that he did a mid job, and I'm like, bitch, you're the only tabletop I've watched from start to finish so far. What more do you want from my very picky, discerning attention span? I give time every Friday after Friday to watch Wild Traditions, and I love it. What more do you want?
Just wanted to do a good job.
Oh,
Yes!
Gabby, you need to take a breath and drink some water, otherwise you won't be able to make those noises that you make during repo.
If you think I'm straining my breath for this, you haven't seen anything yet. I will. That 20-minute thing, that's him not knowing how long I can speak. I can speak forever if I want to. I know how to speak forever if I really want to.
Gib
I
Gab,
can speak and speak and speak when I really want to, but I'm not tilted.
Gib Gab, I have seen how long you can go before.
And that's still not as long as I can go.
I bet Tal appreciates how long you can go.
I haven't tested it yet.
Gabby, I was drinking water, god damn it.
That's okay, Key. That's your mistake.
I hope you gave your lungs a very thorough wash.
I didn't choke. I know how to swallow, thank you.
Damn. I guess I can just stream.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Era did verify that last night.
What? What? What?
Oh my.
Also, that quote for Tilted Gib Gab is perfect.
Tildarius is mean and stupid.
He is.
Uh-huh.
Dang.
Oh,
Hi, Mario.
It's a Mario.
hello, Mario.
Hi,
Cool.
Mario.
Mario be fluffy, give them a distraction. Zim, do the squeaky ball.
Awesome new quote.
Yeah.
Let's see, what was it?
You knew that was bound to happen.
What was it that Era said?
What was it that era?
Oh, yeah, that.
You got a reaction out of me with that before I went to bed. You.
Oh.
Oh, that's
Is
Randy.
But oh
Where
my,
needs to
I see
tighten
that. I see that code got a reaction out of you. Oh my.
Yeah, now quote 751 and the new one there, 754, they go together very well.
It's my own fault.
Yep, you opened your mouth and the words came out.
You have nobody to blame but yourself.
I would like to give Matteo a hug. May I give Matteo a hug?
Yes, you may.
How you feeling,
Hugs for the
Maddie?
Well, a little weird in the tummy, but otherwise better.
Pat, pat.
Thank you.
Everyone just swarmed Maddie with pats and hugs.
Squish them.
That's a good way to overstimulate a little bear.
Squish that panda.
Squish.
All you have
Aw.
to worry about is squish that panda. Ah, there's Chris
Gentle with
Ovos.
panda.
Oh, I'll be gentle sometimes, Key, but I do know he likes it rough.
Who?
You.
I was too EP to register that innuendo.
Be gentle with EP Maddie. Give them hug and blanket and applesauce for Tumby.
Thank you for good applesauce.
Oh, the cinnamon?
Yes, because cinnamon is good.
Cinnamon.
Unless you're like allergic to it, but I don't know that Matteo is allergic to cinnamon.
That
I'm
is
not
funny,
allergic.
Chris Ovos.
Voice.
Bark, bark, bark.
I'm doing a deep voice while tiny ferret.
Woof, 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 bark, bark, bark.
It's woof woof woof, bark bark, woof woof woof, bark.
It's woof woof bark bark woof 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 bark bark woof 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 bark bark bark. Exactly like that.
I mean, Kashel, when he's in Digimon form, is only a foot tall and still has the deep voice.
Yes.
Just the weirdest, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, clashing of
It's
what you
disconcerting.
see.
You see this
dissonance.
tiny little you see this tiny little creature and big booming voice comes out of it.
Yeah, it's dissonant.
Get him away.
I want to imagine if Kashel can just like be put in a gun as a bullet. You get like
Whoa.
his revolver, you put him in, he's sitting there, and you just hear from the revolver, "Hammer me, daddy."
Oh dear.
I cannot ever imagine Kashel saying those words in that exact sequence. Ever.
What if it's to mess with Pyro?
Kashel
I don't know if
does
you'd even
not
say that to
seek.
Myra.
Kashel does not seek to mess with Hyro.
It just happens.
Hyro just does things that result in him being messed with. Or Hyro says things that result in him being messed with.
I mean, kinda, but also, Zim definitely does things to mess with Hyro.
It'll become this increasingly funnier that my coworker keeps talking about like people messing with Hyro, and I'm just like, yeah. It keeps concerning me that he's your spirit animal.
Hey, you picked him for a partner there, Gift Gap.
I have a partner. My coworker will not be my partner.
They are your work partner.
They're my coworker. They're a friend.
They are your work
They're
husband.
not my partner. No. The worst they've done is ask me to give them head pats because they really enjoy it.
And
Sorry,
you
what?
gave
You
them
cut out
head
there.
pats in the first place.
The worst he's done is ask me to give him head pats because he really enjoys it.
Okay, the word Pats got cut off last time.
Yeah.
Sure. Sure.
In fairness, it kind of did fade out a little bit, and I was like,
That would be kind
do
of
I
funny.
acknowledge it?
Duke. Cool.
Duke.
I think your voice is very pretty, you know that?
What did you just say to me?
Your voice is very pretty. I like
Hold on, let me turn my gain up so you can hear more of it then.
There it is.
Might need to turn my mic away from me a little bit though.
There it is. Maddie being a brat.
So you're putting the gain up, but then moving further away so you gain less.
Well, yeah, because I've upped the gain by like 15%. That's crazy, especially if I'm speaking directly at the mic.
Honestly, I think after moving it away, you basically sound nearly the exact same.
Well, yeah, but it should be higher quality now because the hardware is not limiting incoming audio anymore.
Maybe. Although at some point, I'm pretty sure like the limitation will be more Discord than anything.
Oh my god, Gib Gab. You're so intelligent on these issues.
So I'm just trying to question whether to respond like a gremlin or if I should just offer a sincere compliment in return.
I just know that at least you do a good job for, storytelling, Mattio. Because Gib Gab's harsh when he doesn't like how you do.
I will end you.
He believes in
Damn.
sincere criticisms.
Is that what you want? That I just don't be sincere with you? Do you just want me to like say things without meaning them?
No, I did not say that.
I make memes for your tabletop because I get inspired and have so much fun. Do you know what else has driven me to install DaVinci Resolve again? Nothing. Except this right now. Or what traditions? I've had it in there for like 2 years without working, and I finally reinstalled it again. I had to update my drivers to get it working.
What did you reinstall?
DaVinci Resolve.
What?
It is a video editing software.
Oh yeah, let me send you what I made last night.
Really amazing because you can use so much of it for free.
Mhm.
In fact, the only thing that they don't offer for free that I found was automatic subtitles.
You also can't use upscaling, I learned today.
Really?
Yep. It will put a filter over it.
I'm not sure if I've ever actually tried upscaling anything with it.
I have to because my face cam is so small and I don't record it separately. All in? No, thank you. I'll take my chances with 3 bullets.
But yeah, Gab really had some words for how I ran Wild Traditions last night. He was not happy.
I never said that. Now you're lying. I was happy. I was just emotional.
You said repeatedly that it was awful and that I can't keep getting away with it.
I never said it was awful. Excuse you.
So you're saying you... You were saying you were happy before the tabletop?
No, during too. I was happy all the way through. I'm not even calling him mid. I'm saying he did a good job. It made me feel things. It's like watching a good movie. You watch it and you feel things. And you bawl your fucking eyes out, but at the end of it you go, damn, that was a fucking good movie. It made me feel things. And it's like, Wild Traditions makes me feel things. And that's weird and stinky, because feeling things is weird and stinky, but it's good.
So you
like
called
musk
it
and
weird
paws.
So Sim is weird and stinky.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
He is weird and stinky.
Wow. You gonna take that, Sim?
I
course he is. It's a
have
compliment.
the emotional support, fortitude to handle rough criticism of my
Emotional fortitude.
of my capabilities.
Zim. I've seen the art you get. Stinky and weird ain't an insult. Come on.
So now the things that I get for art are weird and stinky to you?
Yep.
People hate you.
People worked hard on that art.
I will scream next to the rifle dude in Repo.
Don't you do that already?
No.
I mean, I've handled
he
that
barely ever
with
kills
Zen.
me.
It wasn't that bad.
Most of the time, people screaming next to me are what kills me.
If I'm really feeling bratty, I'll throw something at somebody.
How about pick them up? You can grab them when they fall. Carry them around. It's always a Repo classic.
Sit here in VC expressing my thoughts and opinions on a thing that made me feel things and being openly emotional. He just twists, manipulates my words.
I am just operating off of what you said.
Yeah, but then I say things to clarify or add on to them, and you keep saying the backwards.
So yes, to understand correctly, you said the tabletop made you feel weird and stinky.
No!
That's what I heard.
I said that he's weird and stinky.
It keeps.
Just like a telephone game.
Gabby's a bird and they're digging a hole. Diggy diggy hole.
You're gonna give Gabby conniptions.
Here's the thing. I know this is bait, but I will fight the bait firsthand. Even if Zim knows that he can bait me. I've already downloaded all of Wild Traditions to at some point make the Ren laughing supercut. It may take me months, but at some point I will just send him like an hour-long video that's gonna be every single time Ren has broken in Wild Traditions. And he knows that now that I'm slightly committed to this, eventually it will get made. So I know that he knows how to bait me because he does it. And it's not that I don't understand it's bait. I just figure, if I'm gonna be such a hard-headed, stubborn idiot, I might as well just run into the bait face first. And I will.
This is really funny, Gabby. Thank you for the entertainment.
That's
yes.
Thank you. I try.
Chris,
you, Gabby.
Chris, Red is laughing for like 1/5 of every session.
He Duffings gives you 2 thumbs up.
20% of every session, Red's laughing.
Oh yeah,
That's not
I didn't-
inaccurate.
I didn't know Ren had a hyena persona somewhere, because the fact of the matter is they laugh so much.
Oh yeah,
It would have been
Dio.
very fitting.
He does have Dio.
Don't worry, Cosmo. I'm fine.
Ah, we thought it was Ren, but it was he, Dio.
If anyone needs hugs, is gonna be mad at you. Hug the panda.
Pets for the panda.
The panda.
Oh,
Which also
so
related
you're
to me,
going
because-
to be subjecting me
I command
to
pure chaos!
my awful
Kinda.
job,
Brian
Brian?
Magna has turned Jib Gab into a Rockruff. They can only talk like that Pokemon for 2 minutes.
Rockruff.
Oh, you're gonna
Rockruff.
torture poor Maddie
Rough,
with that
rough.
too, Brian?
Rockruff. Rockruff. Rough. Rockruff, Rockruff. Rock rough. Rough. Rough.
Pet the puppy.
Rough.
Pep, 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 pep.
That's a good puppy.
Rockruff. Rockruff, Rockruff.
That's a cute puppy.
Rough.
Agreed. Very cute puppy.
Rockruff. Rockruff. Rockruff, Rockruff. Brian Stinky Rockruff.
Oh, rub over the cute puppy face. Look at them. They're so adorable.
Yeah.
Here you go, Gib Gab. Here you go.
Rough.
Work.
Wolf.
Pep the Maddie.
Mm. Thank you for pets.
So I hope that clarifies why I also... Brian, look. I have not badmouthed wild traditions in the ways it implies, okay? Okay. I have said it before. I love wild traditions because it puts together a lot of the things that makes me enjoy a tabletop. For one, it has a very good group dynamic. I like the players. I like the characters. Viv is very fun to listen to. Cal is great. Era does an amazing job with his scenes, with his dialogue, his narration. I absolutely love Spike. Even Thales has been a blast. Vari is fucking hilarious. And even though he's been the least gremlin out of all of them, there is just something delightful about listening to Vari's absolute chaos with the lack of chaos. And then you have Ren and Octo, who, as much as I don't praise a lot, I think Ren does a fantastic job of being both a great comedic relief, but also a very nice, earnest, sincere character. There's not like a lot of manipulation or powered things with Ren. He's just kind of there. And honestly, that's still really nice. He's just kind of a there character. And that's wonderful. Everything happens to him, but he also provides some delightful reactions. And that's great. And Octo's really chill. But then he'll just go and commit a terrorism, and it's hilarious. Or he'll come up with like, look at the little punch puppy, he's so cute. Anyway, kill his fucking dad, and it's hilarious. Okay? And I think that's great. But the problem is, as much as I praise the characters, I also need to say that I use him as a storyteller. Because putting together all of these characters takes work. You have to put in the effort to make a group dynamic work. You have to put in the effort for the world, the descriptions, the scenes, all the scenarios that you run them through. And that takes a lot of work, and that's really hard. And I have nothing but the utmost appreciation both for your narration, which I love your tone of voice, the pace at which you narrate, the descriptions you offer, everything that you do with your narration and your storytelling is wonderful. I love it. There's a reason I watch it. Picking the right storyteller is a lot for me, and I have to pick the right storyteller when I decide to watch a tabletop, because the storyteller means a lot. There's just something about listening to someone for hours on end, and it's not just that I have to enjoy the way they speak and the way they sound, but also the way they describe things, the way they do things. It means a lot, and I think you do a great job, because all of these wonderful, colorful characters don't really do much without being offered the ability to do things, whether it be the scenarios that they're offered, the choices that they're forced to make, or the things that you put them through. They're all wonderful little beings, and you put them through great amounts of character development, and that's wonderful and lovely, and it's really fun to watch, and I have a lot of fun watching it. You come up with interesting scenarios, you have a great rapport with chat and the gremlin things that the redeems and the cards make you do. You will throw a giant storm at the characters and ground them at a beach and then throw them into a resort, because why not? It's really fun to listen to that. I absolutely love it. You come up with ways to torture your players and chat alike, and sometimes work with chat and other players to torture one or the other. So you're really like the middleman, playing all of the different sides and also torturing all of them and having a wonderful time doing it. And then it's me enjoy the session and have a wonderful time, because I both get to be tortured and get to do a bit of the torturing. That's great and hilarious. I enjoy that. And on top of that, you do a good job with the voices, you do a good job bringing up new characters, giving them characterization, keeping it at the very least mostly consistent, even if sometimes, you play a little bit of fun with the characters, so that's really cool and all. And you, on top of it, just give a really interesting world. Yeah, there are parts where I may not think that it's like the best job ever made, but it doesn't really have to be. You already do a really good job. And so sometimes while I may be like, I don't particularly like this, that's just a matter of taste. There's nothing wrong with that. That's perfectly fine. So whilst I may think one thing of a thing, that doesn't necessarily mean you did a good job or a bad job. It just means I think a thing. And honestly, half of the time, I would rather you continue to do the thing that you enjoy rather than try to please me or do anything else different for me, because at the very least, I think if I already enjoy what you're doing.
Did somebody mute them?
Yeah, sorry. I just needed a second.
Oh.
All right, now I'm good.
What?
At first, I thought he got banished to Gerald's or something, and then I look up, it's like, oh, he got muted. I was like, who did that?
Look. In my defense, Zim has been baiting this out of me for weeks.
Bro, breathe.
What do you mean?
Breathe.
You think I need to breathe? That's just a natural cadence I can maintain. Breathe.
I'm just worried about the other people.
Well, it's not my fault if your ears need to breathe.
It's not that his ears need to breathe. He's probably just overstimulated.
I love you, Mike.
Me too.
Look, all I'm saying is you do a good job. The session is good. Please give more. Yes, please.
Dance, monkey, dance is what I hear.
Oh my gosh, Kurai.
I don't need the monkey to dance. I need the monkey to keep typing Shakespeare. What's the monkey TF potion?
All in.
I believe it was brown into yellow.
So somebody do it.
I must be off to bed now.
Good night.
Brian
Later,
Mega
Merle.
says, Jib
Good night,
Gap,
Merle.
we get it. You love the sessions. Calm down for a few secs.
You say you get it, but I disagree. Zim doesn't get it.
Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
Zim doesn't understand that I just enjoy and I want more.
The whole damn table had a full house. What are the odds?
What? Do you need your bedroom occupied to have a full house? Or what?
Alright, well, we just eliminated half the table in one round. That feels nice.
What are you playing there, Maddie?
Fucking liar's bar.
Ah.
Was it the one that's like poker and then you do Russian roulette?
Yep.
Oof.
Ryan Magna is sending love to everyone.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Brian.
So yeah, there you go, Zim. That's my thoughts. Any questions?
No, I think you summarized everything very well.
Good, good. I might have to finger on the mute button just in case, but you know.
Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry for muting you, by the way. I just
Don't
didn't
worry,
know
it's
what
fine.
would be more impolite, me gruffly telling you to shut the hell up, or me doing that.
Both would have been really funny, so you're fine with both.
Yeah.
Well, but I don't have a character for telling people to shut the hell up, so I didn't want to do that.
That's why it would have been kind of funny.
Mario is too much of a sweet bean.
Plus, I mean, as far as I know, he's the one that wants to be told to shut up, and then thrown into the bed and then snuggled all night.
Stop teasing me.
No talk, only snuggles.
I cannot wait to be able to give you more snuggles.
Mario Snuggle Plushie.
Nor can I.
Okay, but look at all that like neck food.
Yeah.
Tell me it wouldn't be wonderful to have a plush and just you. And like red pandas are small, right?
Yeah, pretty small.
Exactly. It's like a body pillow.
Gabby. 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 Why?
You think they can help themselves?
Bird chirping noises now.
Yeah? Yeah?
Chirp.
Pocket pair. Pocket
Like-
pair of twos, in fact.
I wasn't sure for a moment if it was kind of mean to call Mario like a fluffy body pillow, but that just ran through my mind.
Yeah, it's alright.
On another note, Gabby, you talking about Cobalt committing a terrorism just reminds me of an old story from my older tabletop days.
Mhm.
I don't think I was even a character, but I got to bear witness to this happening. Just a group of friends with their characters going out to the ocean, and for some reason, this one player, she thought that somehow draining all the water from the ocean, because Viv was part of this group, which is why I could listen in. Using Viv's bag of infinite chickens, because it's an extra dimensional space, would somehow make traveling across the ocean easier. That was the reason to drain the ocean, by the way, to make travel easier, not for any, like, really noble reason or an emergency. No, just because, you know, why don't we just drain the ocean with the bag of infinite chickens? Surely nothing horrible can come from that.
Hey, water is really hard to travel over. You know, historically, we've wanted to travel on foot everywhere. Boats are stinky, right?
Yeah, there's this wild invention called a boat.
Yeah. You know what a boat sounds like? A moat. And you know what a moat is? An obstacle, just like a boat.
Hey, you know what? You know what's less even than, you know, the surface of the planet? The bottom of the ocean.
It is very true.
There are chasms down there.
Chasms.
And with gravity, actually affecting you, good luck going, just walking over the bottom of the ocean.
It's not too far down you can get before heat will become a major problem.
That too.
Also, you wouldn't get too far before there would be the drop-off.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that's just one of...
It would just look like literally a dystopian hellscape.
Oh yeah, and all the dead fish.
What was that, son?
I thought we lost someone.
Merle went to bed?
No, somebody closed the stream.
Oh, that's what happened. Okay. I think I like this little staircase I've made.
Yes, it is very nice.
He's fancy.
I'm thinking of putting some flowers and such along the grass here.
In pots?
Probably not. I was planning to just plant them.
Oh, okay. So just using bone meal then.
More just, I've wound up with a bunch of freaking, like, an orange tulip here.
I see.
Yeah.
Just planting the flowers.
There's some other tulips. But
Also,
I could also
Gabby,
use bone meal. I got a bit of it.
Your rant was magnificent.
Thank you, I guess? Question mark?
Also, like, a feat of improv.
I started halfway through. It was bad. Over.
Yeah, but you just kept coming up with things to say.
Well, because I already had those things to say.
Yeah, but remembering them on the spot.
Why? I mean, look, it's like I'm not like making any of them. I really enjoy the sessions. That's why I remember all those things.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm not saying you don't. I'm just saying.
What I'm saying is congratulate Zim on making a good thing for me to talk about.
I need to catch up on wild traditions.
And congratulate Octo for making Kobold a menace to society.
What did he do?
Punch the door. An open door.
Punched and unlocked a door.
Oh.
To a Pokemon Center.
So it just flew off.
No, daycare.
Daycare. Oh.
So it just flew off its hinges into the opposing wall. Got it.
Except that
no.
His target was the wall. The door was a side victim of it.
Oh, the door is collateral.
He Kool-Aid man the side of a daycare during a disaster.
And the shards fragmented it and
made
hit
a door.
there.
Yeah, it did the over penetration thing where it shattered into like bullets in every direction.
So he made a door.
Mm-hmm. And there were innocent
and a bunch of innocent
casualties.
Children and
caretakers. Yeah.
Oh no.
Could have just unlocked it.
It wasn't
not even unlocked. You could have just opened it. But no.
And there's like lava and all this stuff going on, and people are panicking, and he just goes boom. He's worse than the storm.
At least he didn't try to ride a ballista bolt into a crowd of enemy soldiers yet.
That sounds like something Nova did.
I'm glad you said yet.
Because
I was about to respond with, just give him time.
I mean, he almost... Oh, go on.
That sounds like it has a story behind it.
A minor one. A long time ago, I ran my first Pathfinder campaign, and I have 2 stories that I keep from that campaign. It's I believe he was a brawler, riding a ballista bolt into the fray of battle, and in that same siege combat, the interplanar ballistic wolf.
That sounds dangerous.
They were. They were, in fact, quite dangerous. So they were defending a town, and I did not know how to run proper siege combat. I still don't know how to run proper siege combat, so don't ask me to, please. But one of the players asked, because they were playing an up-close fighting brawler, they didn't really have any ranged options, like, hey, can I ride a ballista bolt into battle? I'm like, sure, give me a check. And they roll so ludicrously high that I have no reason to deny them, and also it's really funny. So as the ballista bolt is firing, they leap onto it and ride it like a goddamn sharpened caber into the midst of enemy soldiers. However, the big bad of this encounter used disintegrate on the ballista bolt, so they had to make another check, not to just go careening through the air and splattering on the ground, which they of course made.
Okay.
That
Funny
goes-
if they rolled ludicrously low.
What was that, Maddie?
I was just saying good night.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
Good night,
headed off?
Mattio.
Good night.
Yeah, I think I'm experiencing symptoms of eye strain. Maybe I've been up too long.
All right. Love ya.
You got some
Later,
rest.
y'all.
Take care.
Good night.
Good night.
Keep up.
We should probably head off to Garrett.
Yeah. But yeah, I can't wait to see if poor Cobalt falls off into the dark side. He keeps doing
dark
stuff like
side?
that. Yeah,
I think that's more for Regis. Yeah.
Regis.
Regis.
Yeah. Regis. Regis
Ah.
Slash.
Why do you think Regis would? I would think more Fervus would fall to the dark side.
Fervus would
Eh.
never fall to the dark side. Good boys never
Really?
fall to the dark side. Right? Right?
I'm
Well,
just
what's
seeing
with the
the Padme talking to Anakin meme going on right now.
Yes. I am vocalizing it.
I'm just
And Sim is
waiting.
being suspiciously quiet.
Like I said, I'm just waiting.
Well, you know that there's going to be like a Fervus 3D model, right?
What do I make with this information?
Well, the Fervus 3D model will probably have a shadow form.
Oh, no, I meant with the thing on the stream. What do I do with that? I don't even know what to think of that.
So,
Wait,
Ido drew this fan art. He has no idea who the rifle guy in Repo is, but Gibgab's threat to scream in front of them got a laugh out of him.
Ah,
It's the guy who's like blind, and if you make noise, then he shoots you. And like at least a couple of times, I've been standing next to someone who makes a noise, and the dude fucking 180 surround no scopes me. And
So,
the person is screaming.
That happens so many times. And the other person's a bit away. Usually demon.
Yeah, Gimmin's squeaky. I have to point out, for not knowing who the blind guy is, Ido did a really good job.
yeah. I mean, they had like a suit and everything.
Yeah, it's pretty spot on to the suit the blind guy wears.
The only thing they didn't get was the blindness, but that's pretty good.
I mean, like, doesn't the guy have like hollows for eyes? So,
He has
No, he
sunglasses.
has a... Yeah.
ah,
He's doing the whole blind thing, you know.
using the gun as the cane.
yep.
I've never played Repo, but I've seen clips to know.
It's fine. I don't mind join us, and then he'll know.
Alright, but Kurei's right, I probably have to go, because the thing. But it was fun visiting you guys.
Bye forever.
Bye.
Bye.
We'll see you
See ya.
soon.
Yeah.
Take
You can't
care.
say goodbye forever unless you're playing as Asher. Anyways, take care, Sam.
Oh yeah, Keith, what did you think of what I sent you?
I don't understand.
It was just them laughing and being silly. I don't know, he sounded like a lawnmower.
Okay. And now it makes more sense.
Alright, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and switch over for Repo now. So I am going to take a small break before we do it. So, thank you everybody for joining us so far on the stream today. That was Minecraft, as well as some art earlier. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Mastodon, Blue Sky, Patreon, and more. They are on the website as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. It is your support that keeps this channel alive and going. I cannot do this without your guys' help and your support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It's one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by sharing the stream around, grabbing packs of cards through stream loots, using our Humble Bundle partner link, or picking up some merch over at zgfgaming.store. But for now, thank you so much for joining, everybody, and I bid you the most fondest adieu.
Bye.
Boing.